Let's see some common mistakes in formulas and how we can correct them. Let's start from cell E5 that displays number 1000. It's certainly wrong. 1000 is not the correct result when subtracting 400 from 1000. Cell E5 should display the number 600. Number 1000 corresponds to the cell C5, while number 400 corresponds to the cell D5. Therefore, this cell here should display the formula equals C5 minus D5. But, as we can see, the formula bar displays D1. To correct this mistake, we're gonna click here. We can see the insertion point flickering in the formula bar, so we're gonna delete 1 using the backspace key and then type 5 and press enter. The formula has been corrected.
The next mistake we can see is in cell E11. 1500 minus 500 equals 1000. So the cell E11 should display number 1000. Instead of 1000, it displays this error message. Name. We select the cell and you can see that we have typed equals C11 minus DDDD11. That's a lot of D's. This is not a valid cell name. Therefore, in this point here, we should type D11. We delete the extra D's and type D11 and press enter. The formula has now been corrected and the correct result is shown.
Now, let's go to the next sheet and see some more error indications. The hash marks. When there are hash marks displayed in cells, it means this cell contains a number or a date which is too long to fit in. Therefore, we bring the mouse pointer here, hover it until it takes the form of a double arrow, and drag to the right. The date has now been fully displayed.
Let's go to the next error message, the division by 0, which is shown here with this div divided by 0. If we look at the formula bar, we'll see that we have tried to divide 5 by 0. This is wrong. We can correct the error if, for example, we divide by 1. We click on it, change 0 to 1 and press enter. So the error message has disappeared.
The following error is the value error. The idea is to subtract the expenses from the revenue. Revenue appears in cell C3 and expenses appear in cell C4. If we click on cell F5 and look carefully at the formula bar, we'll be able to see that we are mistakenly trying to subtract B4 from C3. B4 corresponds to the text expenses, whereas C3 corresponds to number 1000. What we actually want to do, though, is subtract C4 from 1000. Therefore, we'll have to bring the mouse pointer in here to correct the error. We type C4, press enter, and the error has disappeared.
Now we're going to explain two more errors. The first one is the circular reference. In the Excel status bar, down here, we can see the message that there is a circular reference in cell C6. If we click cell C6, the formula bar will show that we are trying to subtract C6 from C3. This means that we are using the C6 reference inside the cell C6, but this is wrong. We change C6 to C4 and the error is gone.
The last error message will appear like this. Suppose we delete the fourth row by mistake. Because the fourth row is used in this cell, the message ref, which means invalid cell reference error, will be displayed on our screen. If we click this cell, we'll be able to see that we're trying to subtract something from cell C3. This something was cell C4, which no longer exists. Therefore, we have to correct the error by undoing the row deletion.
We have learned how to recognize and correct some of the most common mistakes in Excel, something that will help us save a lot of time.